there's been new evidence coming out about the Tory Lanez case. Evidence that Tory claims was suppressed, and some things that I think we actually knew, but it just seemed to get stumped on in the time. One of those things being DNA's, no, excuse me. One of those things being Tory's DNA not being on a gun at all. The first, the first word about that, it came out that it was inconclusive whose DNA was on the gun. Then Tory had his lawyer, check again or rerun it again, and Tory came up 100% clear on that DNA. So there's been a push to get Tory free. So let's check out some of this new evidence that's come about. Okay. So of course, a lot of this stems from Tory Lanez being stabbed 14 times in prison. One thing I will say though is, well, hold on, excuse me. This new push stemmed from Tory Lanez being stabbed 14 times in prison, and now he has been transferred to a new prison. But I do remember one of the statements coming out was saying Tory Lanez got stabbed in the cheek. Am I misinformed on that? Tory Lanez stabbed where? 14. Let me see here, because he was stabbed 14 times, right? So let's real quick, let's see where those stabbings were. Okay, so we got it here. Now it says Tory was stabbed 14 times, including 7 wounds to his back, 4 to his torso, 2 to the back of his head, and 1 to the left side of his face. Both of his lungs collapsed and he was placed on a breathing apparatus. 1 to the left side of his face. So when I'm looking at this, I don't see the new scarring. Now, maybe it's deep on this side of his face and you just can't see it currently still. But I do also wonder if they trumped up what happened to him to try to get a bigger push to go ahead and currently get him out. I do wonder that. Tory definitely looks like an inmate too. I mean, shit, Tory looks a little institutionalized now. He look a little different. I ain't gonna lie to you. So let's stay with this new evidence. Now, one thing they do say is he's kept his head held high throughout this entire situation. Hasn't lost faith. He's kept, you know what I mean? He holding his head. All right, so, okay, here we go. This is the new sworn affidavit has emerged from Kelsey Harris, former bodyguard, and it shatters the original narrative used to convict Tory Lanez. According to the testimony, Kelsey fired the gun, not Tory. Now, family, one thing you got to know is this is the, what was she? Official account for FL-13, Representative Anna Luna, okay, serving on GOP oversight and House Foreign GOP. Okay. Wife, mom, veteran. Okay. So she is a representative out of where? Think like Arizona, if I wasn't mistaken. I think it was Arizona. Nevertheless, let's check this out. In the Alpha David, the bodyguard says Kelsey Harris confessed to firing 3 shots into the air. Oh, wow. During the altercation, Tory then tried to de-escalate the situation by pushing her hand down, causing 2 more shots to fire accidentally. Now, if I'm listening to that, that sounds more like, as they're saying, Kelsey is firing in the air, I guess, trying to cause this scene. Tory is trying to calm down this situation by grabbing Kelsey's arms or grabbing her hand, trying to get her to put the gun down. And in that happening, 2 more shots go off, hit the ground the casings bust, and the scrap metal of the bullet fragments going to Megan Thee Stallion's foot. Okay, let's read the actual affidavit. Let's do it, family. Lock in with your boy. All right. Bradley James deposed and states as follows. My name is Bradley James. My address, okay, I'm over the age of 18 and years and I'm fully competent. Let's keep it moving. Okay. I work for Elite Security. Hold on, let me bring it down. Okay. I work for Elite Security incorporation for is approximately 2 years, and longer than this for the owner of this company on various similar projects. Ms. Kelsey Harris hired Elite Security to accompany her to court the 2 days she was testifying. This is the only time she has been a client. I have not worked for Daystar Peterson nor Megan Pete, which of course is Tory Lanez and Meg Thee Stallion. I heard these statements as we were in the car getting a bite to eat after court. We went to a restaurant named Fixings. Ms. Harris and the father of her child were the only people in the car. So security is saying she was riding with Ms. Harris, her baby father, and he was securing them. She later also said similar statements to her attorney of record in front of the courthouse and in the cafeteria. She was nervous and speaking generally, asking questions. Her lawyer was telling her it would be okay and she would plead the fifth if she was uncomfortable. I heard Ms. Harris question, how can I not tell on myself? And how am I protected if I tell certain things? Now, let me just continue. The father of her child explained immunity to her. At Fixings, Ms. Harris stated that she shot the gun 3 times in the air, and Daystar Peterson ran up to her and grabbed her arm, pushing it down, caused the gun to fire twice more. I have not said these statements until now, as I have heard rumors of the threats that others had received from being involved in this case. Rock Nation. Also, I did not want to lose my employment as I rely on such to care for my children. I was trying not to eavesdrop, but I could not help but overhear these statements. Generally, Elite Security does not follow confidentiality yet. Elite Security does follow confidentiality yet. We do not have such an agreement on file, and I decided to come forward as this has been weighing on my conscience, and I decided the right thing to do is to come forward with this information. Respectfully submitted this 28th day of August 2024 by Bradley James. Again, information that Tory claims was suppressed, but again, his security guard had a opportunity to testify at the end of this trial, but the trial was pressing around Christmas. They would have had to come back after Christmas, after the holidays in general. And at the time, Tory's team felt they had enough to, be freed. Obviously, they didn't. They definitely should have used this lawyer, the security's affidavit. But now you will be going through an appeal process. Now, I'm going to be honest with you. I still don't think it's been enough push that Tory Lanez will be, a new hearing will come about. This is just at the end of the day, I hate to say it, but noise. I doubt if we do get a new trial, new hearing, anything of the such from this. Now, again, there is a petition that's going around, and I'm sure that petition is over 50,000 strong at this point, but I just don't see Tory Lanez getting a retrial, getting a, new case, anything like that. Now, maybe through the appeal process, and when will Tory Lanez have his next appeal? That is a good question. Tory Lanez, because I know he's done some appeals. Tory Lanez next appeal. Let me see. Now, Megan's team is attempting to combat what happened. But one thing that I found very interesting, family. What the hell? This website weird. One thing I found very interesting, family, is when Megan, because let's go to that real quick. Let's go to that actually real quick. Megan just responded to Tory, right? She just responded to Tory and the fans. Let's go here. Megan. Let me see something. She just had a response not too long ago. Where is it at? Family, y'all enjoying y'all Saturday? Let me see, response. Okay, here we go. Now, she did this response, right? And one thing I found very interesting is she stated, 1 minute, him/y'all said I was never shot. Okay. Now, y'all let him play in y'all face again and say I was shot, but it wasn't him. Oh, okay. And sorry, my throat's breaking up a little bit. But this is obviously her saying, okay, so you're saying I was shot, but you're saying you didn't do it. It's not that she's denying what he's saying in this moment. Now, of course, yeah, at first they were saying she stepped on glass. And she technically, so here's the thing. You got getting shot and you got getting grazed. I've been grazed before. I remember I was at a gas station and I was walking into the gas station, right? No. I was walking out of the gas station. Me and my homie, I had my homie with me, right? I'm walking out of the gas station and out of nowhere, like, you ever just feel somebody looking at you? Like, I'm walking out. I think we had just got paid. Like, this is a younger version of me. We had just got paid. We had cashed our checks. This is like, niggas wasn't even direct depositing. We cashed our check somewhere, paid the little fee, because at this time, if you cash a check at like a liquor store or something like that, you had to pay a little fee. We do our little cash for check, whatever shit. We go to a gas station. We had some liquor, and I think we needed some chaser shit, right? So we go in the gas station. We get our shit, and I'm walking out the gas station, and it's a dude just staring me down crazy. I mean, like, nigga staring me down like I smacked his mom, owed him bread, like I violated him before, right? So before I get in my car, because I'm getting in my car, I turn around and look at him like, bro, what the fuck are you looking at? That young nigga said, the fuck am I looking at? Man, that nigga upped, and the next thing I heard was, okay, young nigga upped it on me. No cap. Young nigga upped it on me, got to land off shots. But in the moment, I'm going to be so honest. When he upped it, I was sitting there on the curb. I was low-key froze. Like, I didn't see it coming. I don't know him. I don't know this nigga from a can of paint. So he upped it on me. Boom. I'm stuck. Nigga gets to... Hold up. Let me see who this is. Hold up. I guess it was a troll. Anyway, so what was I? So he up it. He getting to letting off shots. But, and at first I'm not gonna lie, he had a point at, yo, bro.
How you doing, brother?
Hello?
How you doing, buddy?
Hey, how you? Damn, my bad, family. Breaking up my story crazy. So, boom. Dude, long story short, because the story keep getting chopped the hell up now. Dude ups it, starts shooting, but at first he had to like really point it at me, but then I guess he just kind of back down off of because he was young, bro. Like, I was young at the time. I was probably like 24, 25. This nigga had to be like 18, 17, 18. Like, bro was a true YN. You feel me? And bro let it go. He got to shooting, right? And when he was shooting at the ground. When he was shooting at the ground, bullet fragments were breaking and hitting in my legs, but I had no idea at the time. Because you got to remember, my partner was still with me too. So, yo, bro, that shit got so crazy. The shit really got so crazy, bro, that, yo, long story short, let me say this. He ended up putting a hold, so my dude was with me. Let me give you the story. My dude was with me. He get to letting off the shots. I run to the back of the truck. When I run to the back of the truck, he run up on my dude, my homie. My homie had a chain on. Now I'm gonna tell you, fuck my homie to this day, okay? Fuck this nigga to this day. He almost got us killed. I'm gonna tell you how a nigga almost got us killed. So he run up to my homie. My homie has a gold chain on. He grabs the chain. He grabs it. Tell my homie to give it up. Like he's snagging on it, but he ain't just lifting it off his chest. My homie like, all right, man, I'm gonna take it off. But he ain't taking it off. My homie says, man, fuck that. Get the gun out the back. Nigga, we didn't have a gun. So when he said get the gun out the back, the young nigga was like, oh, he shoots again. The nigga shoots again. He shoots in my truck and he busts the window, puts a hole in the top of the truck because when he shot, bust the window, the bullet go out the top. The nigga keeps shooting. He runs out of bullets. He runs into the back, whatever. I've never seen this nigga again to this day. Never seen this nigga again to this day. But it's so much more that come with that story because I go home. My parents like, nigga, what the fuck just happened to you? Because I'm still at my parents' house at this time, nigga. I'm like, nah, I had to be younger than 24, 25. I was probably like 22, something like that. I get back home to my parents' house, window shot out my car, hole in the top of this bitch. My dad like, boy, your leg's bleeding. That's when I found out I got grazed. Didn't even know it. Last part of this story, because my parents was like pissed, mad. They was like, what the fuck just happened? So we go to the police department, right? Go to the police department, and since this day, I really just knew, nigga, you got to take care of yourself. I already had a car stolen in life before. Car got stolen. We did a police report. Nigga, that nigga is doing donuts in my car still to this day. That motherfucker was never found. Never found. But when this situation happened, family, it really showed me how corrupt shit was. Now, I live in Montgomery, Alabama. I'm in the South. We go to the police department. Now, they put me in a room. They want to ask me questions about what the fuck just happened. So they're like, all right, boom. White dude sitting here. He talking to me. He like, so, what happened? I explained him the story I just explained to y'all, essentially. You feel me? A black dude walks in the room. Black dude walks in the room. Now the white cop is playing like good guy. Here come the nigga cop. The nigga cop come in this bitch like, hey yo, hey look man, if you was down there buying drugs, you know what I'm saying? If you was down there doing something like that, it's okay. You the victim. I'm like, buying what the hell? Buying drugs, sir? I don't even smoke. Now, I smoke now, but at the time, I didn't smoke. You feel me? Like, legit. I even told him that day, nigga, you can piss me. I don't smoke. I wasn't down there buying no drugs. So the black dude, he on me. He like, so look, what really happened? Like, tell us what really happened. I'm like, bro, I was getting some shit out the store. I came out the store. The young nigga was looking at me. He upped it. He started shooting. He dashed to the hood. Black dude, you know what the black dude said? Black dude said, man, he ain't gonna be real with us. Whenever he want to be real with us, I'll be back. Walked up out that motherfucker. That's a real, I'll put my life on that story. My life on that story. Nigga basically told me I was lying to him. You was probably down there trying to buy some dope. The dope the shit went bad. You don't want to snitch on the nigga, and that's it. So he put me on just that type of timing. So anyway, family, that's a story time. I hope you enjoyed it. My dog Donnie, what it do, twin? I need to start giving y'all more stories, family, because I got some crazy stories. I ain't gonna lie to you. I got some more crazy stories. Nigga done been through plenty of shit. No cap. So, I said all that to say, when I'm looking at the 1 minute y'all say him and slash y'all said I was never shot. Now y'all letting him play in y'all face again saying I was shot, but it wasn't him, okay? With her saying I was shot, but it wasn't him, and she's just saying, oh, okay? It's like she's saying, look, nigga, I might believe that she did it, but the point I'm trying to make is I was shot. We get what you trying to say. I think the bigger thing for us now is who the fuck shot you, though. That's what we trying to get to. Was it Kelsey? Was it Tory? Everything leads to it being Kelsey. Why would she need immunity? That was something I had to think about. And I think we thought about it during the case, but it was a lot going on. Kelsey should have never needed immunity. But now it's so deep in that if, let's just say a perfect case scenario. Let's just say the perfect case scenario is there's a retrial. They would have to bring Kelsey back on. And not only would she get the charge of shooting Megan, she would get a charge of, what is it when you lie in court under oath? I think it starts with a T or something like that. She would get charged with that as well because she essentially said she didn't do it and now will be coming back. But she pled the fifth to, you know what I mean? Yeah. Shit's crazy, family. Shit's crazy. So let's look back at some of this new evidence they saying is going on with Tory. That's the affidavit. We just read that. Now, they also have ring footage of the shots, right? So how the shots went off would line up with what the security guard just said. He said it was 3 shots in the air and then 2 shots at the ground. The 2 shots at the ground come when Tory was attempting to de-escalate the situation with Kelsey. Perjury, yes, perjure herself. So, according to Tory, or according to the security guard, excuse me, Kelsey shot those 3 shots in the air. Now, in between these, now Tory is allegedly wrestling with Kelsey to get the gun out of Kelsey's hands, and this happens. And one of those second 2 shots would be the shot that hit Meg in the feet. Okay. All right. Let's continue. What else we got in here? Okay, the original DNA report from the firearm it showed Tory Lanez was excluded as a match for the magazine and inconclusive on the gun. This supports the theory that someone else fired it, especially with her confession and the matching shot pattern on audio. The forensic evidence tells the real story. The gun had 4 DNA profiles, 2 male, 2 female. The main male contributor, 90%, was not Tory. 0 fingerprints from Tory. 0% of Tory's DNA on the magazine. Just a 0.01% chance of Tory's DNA on the gun. Kelsey Harris had gunshot residue on her hands, but her DNA and fingerprints were never tested. That is insane. I'm not gonna... If her DNA really was never tested, is that true? Was Kelsey's DNA ever tested? Is that serious? Kelsey Harris. Let me see. Ain't that a last name? DNA. We don't want to go backwards because we got a lot of this already. We just went through pretty much all of this. Let's see. Here we go. Right where we want it. Exactly where we want it. Author Caldwell, who had already been working to assist Tory, echoed the sentiment. Why didn't all individuals have residue tested, he asked. Their DNA tested on the weapon. That's a legitimate question, according to Tory. According to the prosecution, Tory was excluded from the clip of the gun, and according to Tory's defense team, they said DNA analysis showed that there was a 0.01 chance that Tory touched the gun actually itself. But they didn't state, they didn't answer the question. Okay. They did not answer the question. Okay. Yo, my phone is dinging, man. All right. So that is very interesting. Why was Kelsey's DNA never tested on the gun, family? So now we have a sworn affidavit from Kelsey's own driver / bodyguard, audio footage that confirms his account, DNA evidence that doesn't place Tory as the shooter, and yet Tory Lanez sits in prison. This is no longer justice. It's a miscarriage of it. Free Tory Lanez. Yo, Tory must have been giving this bitch the best dick in the world, bro. Tory must have been digging that bitch down. I ain't gonna lie to you, man. W Tory, man. They had this bitch fighting for you like that, gang. Damn. Nah. I know she say she was mad and shit. Tory slanging cock on this bitch, man. He gotta be. I ain't never seen no bitch that come out of nowhere fighting for a nigga like that, man. W Tory. Let's keep it moving, family. Wait a minute. Nah, because we finna get into this Papoose shit. That's a fanatic. But I want to make sure we hit, I do want to make sure we hit all of this. Oh, hold on. Let's hit this real quick. So, Megan Thee Stallion's former best friend, Kelsey Harris, former bodyguard, sworn affidavit back up his claim of Harris being the shooter and not Tory Lanez. Here's the audio of Kelsey Harris with Los Angeles prosecutors on September 14th, 2022. Listen closely to Kelsey's fraudulent slip that the gun was fired in the air.
The way Tory was angling the gun is kind of like, it wasn't like straight. It was like, down.
It was down in her direction?
Definitely in her.
Wait a minute, say that again.
The way Tory was angling the gun is kind of like, it wasn't like straight. It was like, down.
It was down in her direction?
Definitely in her direction. In the air, yeah, definitely.
Oh, so as we're, okay, and maybe it's innocent, maybe it's not. So what happens is, as Kelsey is going over the story with the feds, essentially they said the gun was pointing down towards Megan, and she says, yes, the gun was definitely pointing in the air. I mean, down at Megan. Pay attention.
Angling the gun is kind of like, it wasn't like straight. It was like, down.
It was down in her direction?
Definitely in her direction. In the air,
right there.
In the air, yeah, definitely in her direction. The way.
Okay. I mean, I do think it's too late, man. A lot of this is just, it's too late. Tory getting freed, family. I got a better chance of growing my hair back, family. I'm not going to lie to you. Now, I am a good bald. Do not get it twisted. I am a good bald. You feel me? I do need to do some work with my beard right now. My beard ain't what it need to be right now. But I got a better chance of growing my hair back than Tory shit coming back. I ain't going to lie to you. Gang. You know what I'm saying? But I keep my bald good and bald. You feel me? I need to sunbathe on that motherfucker. Need to get that motherfucker some tone. I'm always wearing caps, though. I be hat fishing. You heard of catfishing? Nigga, I be hat fishing. Anyway. Okay. Let's keep it moving, family. Free Tory Lanez. Let's get into this Remy Ma Papoose situation. Now, look, family, I'm not going to lie to you. This shit is real heartbreaking, family. The representation of black love, the representation of black men don't cheat, the representation of staying down with your man after he done stayed down with you is lost. It's broken. Remy Ma and Papoose not only have filed for divorce. It has been a messy situation.